So I think you will be able to see my notepad, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. So initially I'll be starting with what is Ruby on Rails and introducing with the steps of what is Ruby on Rails and understanding the MVC architecture. So MVC is like a model, view, controller architecture. So it is not model, view, and controller. So it is not specific to Ruby on Rails. So that particular architecture will be applicable on Java as well as .NET, everything, Python as well.
Okay.
And then how to install Ruby on Rails, whether you have a Mac setup or Unix setup or a Windows setup. So Unix would be ideal in this case. So, and then I'll be going through with the Ruby gems and what is Ruby on Rails and how to install MySQL server and web.
Okay.
So and which editor to be used to this particular project. Okay. And then instead of explaining going through all the course content, I think I'll mail you the stuff actually, and then I'll explain you how to handle the project as well. So getting started with the project. So how to create a new project and how to edit the file structure.
Okay.
And then what is that MVC, controllers, views, and then dynamic content. And then database related stuff as well in this. So database right now we'll be using MySQL as our backend database.
Okay.
So that I'll be covering you the brief introduction about MySQL and how Rails integrates into the MySQL. How does it configure everything with our Rails perspective.
Okay.
And then the M part. M part is like MVC, right? A model, view, controller, models. Control, correct. Models, active record, and active record. What is that M part? And going deep through in that M part. So how to create a record like inside the database and how to update and how to delete and how to find a record. And obviously, like database means there has to be associated a relationship, right? So some kind of relationships. So that the Rails takes care of those things. So that is what one-to-one associations and one-to-many and all those. This is all database related stuffs. And similarly, like controllers, going into depth into the C part, like MVC, model view controller. So this is the C part, controllers and thread. So how to create the basic actions, all this stuff. And this is about the HTML related part, how it is integrated exactly into the Ruby on Rails, like layouts, partial templates. These JavaScript, images also are also covered in this Ruby on Rails. So that is a brief introduction about that. So forms, and whenever you see any kind of forms, right, to fill in a form, name, age, or email in order to sign up for a page. So that is associated with forms.
Okay.
And obviously the validation. So whatever data you enter into a form, right? So it has to be validated whether you are a valid user into that particular account. Suppose if you enter your username into the Facebook, so that username should be valid, right? No one else can log in with your username, right? That is what it is, validation. Yes. So, and again the authentication system. So username and password, right? So how do you build that particular authentication system? So how do you manage all this username and login is correct or not? So does it belong to your username or does it belong to some other username, something like that? So that belongs to the authentication part, user, and the REST and RESTful route. So how does it go into your particular application? So that I'll cover. So this is a brief introduction about what I'm going to cover. Apart from this, I'm also going to cover the Ruby and complete Ruby actually. So whatever the necessary steps are required for Rails. So Ruby part as well. So this is a brief, very brief introduction about what I'm going to cover in the particular course actually.
Okay.
So if you're having any doubt in this, then you can go for it and.
Actually, I have little knowledge about this. Actually, I learned some of the things like how MVC work like that. But the problem is there is a project submission in the next month, November. So is there any projects like that available at you?
What kind of projects you
Small,
are expecting from
yeah,
it?
web projects like log into the site and do what modifications we have. Actually, I thought about a project like sharing, like in Facebook, how we can share the pictures or write your comments like that. Actually, my uncle gave me that project. He did that in his office. Actually,
Okay.
the real project is like about they have hardware company also. In that any breakages or damages in the furniture or something like that, the work they are doing, they have to share
Okay.
that the picture, and they have to send the corresponding peoples to repair that the thing. So I need the project something like that. I have abstract with me. I'll If
Okay.
you want, I will send it. It's the
Okay.
brief introduction. So I need the project. Like it's not very big thing. It's like a small thing. So
Yeah, it's a very small thing as well. But in order to
yes,
build that project, you should be knowing the basic stuff, right?
yes,
So
yes,
the thing is like, what you're expecting is like a blog kind of an application where you'll be able to build,
yes,
submit the comments and something like blog kind of application, right? You will be able to submit the comments and read the comments and log into the system and
yes,
display the pictures and something like that
yes,
sort of, right?
yes. And sending those to corresponding people if you have any
Yeah.
problem or anything like that.
Yeah, and then you should be also be able to mail it, right? Mailing
Yeah,
feature also should be there.
yes, mailing or calling. If we have phone,
Yeah,
calling or else it's mailing is okay.
yeah, mailing should be the ideal stuff actually right now. So because
Yes,
it should be automatic, right? That's what.
yes.
So how would you want me to, go about the training actually? Because since you said already you know about something about
Yeah, a
MVC.
little about I learned something just in 10 days. Some very
Okay.
small thing, but I don't have clear idea about Ruby. That's why I asked them for the project. They said they will start training and then ask you about the project if you provide or not.
Yeah, see, the thing is like, first of all, you need to understand about Ruby on Rails. Directly cannot
Okay,
jump into doing that particular project. So you need
okay,
to identify the grassroots, right? What is the requirement for the project and how is the structure for the project, particular project.
okay,
So you
okay.
need to do the modeling exactly.
Modeling, okay. I know something
Yeah.
like
So
in modeling, view means HTML pages, controllers means in modeling we will do database, something like
yeah, database
like that.
related stuff
In
is the main
controller
thing.
we will do
See, whatever the web,
controller.
eh, correct, whatever web application you take, right? So
Yeah.
everything is related to the database stuff. Whether you take
Yes.
Facebook or whether you take Mitra.com, whatever it is. So
Okay.
obviously at the end of the day, it is fetching the data from the database.
Okay.
So that is how you do it from the database related stuff. So
Okay.
everything, whatever web application it might be, you can create your view and controller part very easily. So the modeling is the model part. That is the main part in Ruby on Rails.
Okay.
So without that, you will not be able to build any kind of substantial web application.
Okay. Okay. How long
So
it will take for this Rails to complete to do?
see, it all depends on you actually. See,
Okay.
whatever that this content, course content is designed is like 20 working days.
Okay.
So it's based on 1 hour per day. I mean, whatever I am
Okay.
telling you, this course
Mm-hmm.
content is based on 1 hour per day. I mean, if you are taking 2 hours, I think it will probably finish in the max of 2 weeks. And
Okay.
then after finishing that, you'll be able to build some kind of web application which includes a login system and then whatever the features, blog application. So, and
Okay.
then you can start building your own project.
Actually, the deadline is in November, something like that. We have to show them what we did until now. Next week, probably next week, or
Okay.
after that, we may have a meeting with our professor to show these stuffs. That's
So how
why.
many days of time you have right now?
I have. He didn't said that, but November 19th or at least 1 month. In 1 month, we have to submit the project. and then
Okay.
at the December first week or something, on that day we have to submit our documentation and everything, and explain. We have to explain our project to other professors to sign on the project.
So I got your point actually. So
Okay.
today is 19th, right? Probably
Yes.
I can make sure that this everything finishes on the 31st, that is the end of this month.
Okay. Okay.
So at least you'll be having close to 1 month in developing that particular project.
Okay.
Because since you cannot directly jump into doing the project, because you'll not be knowing what I'm doing
Yes.
and why I'm doing this and so kind of stuff. So you'll not be doing whatever I'm doing. So that
Okay.
you want to understand the basics first. Once you're strong with the basics, you can do any project. You can create your
Yes.
own Facebook application as well.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Okay. So within 2 weeks, is it possible to submit me the something, not full project, at least web pages and some login pages and like that?
Yeah, that is quite possible. So you'll have to spend at least 2 hours per day with me.
Okay.
So that is compulsory because and whatever assignments I give you, right? I mean, whatever the classes I conduct on that particular day. So we'll have to finish up that in particular date. So going ahead, I think it will be possible to complete within this month, provided you do 2 hours agreement.
Okay. Okay. You will give me the project, or I have to develop this after.
See, because each and every project it depends, right? If someone else also comes into picture, so I cannot develop the same kind of project, right?
No, it's
Once
not like same thing. Actually, my professor also don't have. He didn't want to send him any abstract like that. He just told me, okay, it's okay. He just listened to me. That's it. So is it okay? It's something different. It's okay. He will
It's kind of
accept that.
same thing only actually. So whatever you're building, right? So I'll give you two options actually. So blog kind of an application is one option actually,
Okay.
and then one more is an e-commerce application.
Oh, e-commerce.
No e-commerce, right? You don't want any e-commerce.
No, well, the blog kind of thing is, actually I know something about it. I did, in BTech I did projects on web applications, that way I know, I have some idea about that.
Okay, e-commerce in the sense it is like an shopping web application, like you know about Flipkart, right? Those kind of applications are called as e-commerce, something like inbuilt online payment, something like that. So that is also one option. And another option is like right now we can build a complete CMS kind of an application, content management system, with along with the login authentication system, and where you'll be able to share whatever you want.
Okay.
So blog, that is, I think that will be ideal to start actually blog application, so that you'll get idea to how to integrate into your project.
Okay. Okay.
So if I directly go into the project, then start into the project, I don't think so you'll be able to understand.
It's okay.
Correct?
Actually, I learned some of the things. Half of that, yeah. I installed Rails and I create.
You have installed Rails. Installed Rails?
Yeah, I already installed Rails.
Okay.
1.9, like 2. It's showing 1.9, but I installed 2.
That is Ruby you're saying about, Ruby 2.
Oh, Ruby. Rails is 4, Ruby is 2.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. I think you will be using the latest technology. Yeah, I think we can go ahead with whatever I told. Right? The plan is like at the end of this month you'll be able to learn whatever the course complete structure, whatever I've given to you. So I think the application, it won't take much time after you learn this, right? So probably then within a week.
Actually,
if you're spending whole day, probably it will take another 2 or 3 days. Hardly you can build the application.
Okay, actually I'm going for Java also. Actually, after I'm graduating on December, so after that I'm going on Java for the job. So I parallelly started it. I think I asked them for the project on Rails. If they explain to me, I'll submit it in college. I thought that. So they said
Okay.
they asked to you directly.
Okay.
That's it.
So Ruby and so one exact question for you. So where do you want to develop your career? On what platform? So is it going to be on Ruby and Rails or Java?
No, actually it's on Java. I told
Okay.
them like 3 weeks or 4 weeks before. Before that, I told them I need a Ruby on Rails training. Actually, I tried to develop it on my own, but I can't get it. That's why I asked them for the project.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think so. I'm clear about from my end actually. So what I'm going to do and how soon I
Okay.
can complete this particular training. So any further questions from your side?
No, that's it. I just want to ask you. I want to ask you about the project. That's it.
If you spend more time with me, I think I can complete this course very soon.
Okay, sure.
Time
Okay,
time is a very important part of it.
sure.